Hello, my dear friends. We're on day 6 of our Bible reading challenge here for Lent, and we're in Mark chapter 12, verses 1 through 12. You could almost subtitle today's reading, "The Confrontation Continues." We started listening to Jesus confront the Jewish leaders of his day, and that continues today as he tells them a parable. He continues to point out the sin of the Sanhedrin, of the leaders, but not so directly that they'll arrest him on the spot. He uses this story, this parable. And it's not too hard to get the gist of this one. Clearly, God is the landowner. The Jewish leaders are the tenants, the bad tenants. They've had ample opportunity to listen to the messages that God has sent, that the landowner has provided. Prophets have come and gone to call people to repentance. John the Baptist is the most recent one that they haven't listened to. God has been more than patient. They've mistreated all these messengers, so finally he sends his son, but the son gets killed as well. Jesus may be hinting at what is coming for him. What's the result in the story? They pronounce judgment on themselves. Get rid of those tenants and give the vineyard to someone who will actually do what they're supposed to do. The church, those who follow Christ, are those others in the parable, are the new tenants. We've been given this place in God's kingdom as a pure gift. But are we really always the others? In addition to the word of judgment and condemnation that Jesus gives to the leaders of his day, maybe Jesus has something here for us to remember as well. Those bad tenants acted as if they owned something that they didn't, as if they owned something that was just on loan to them, as if they could keep for themselves everything that was produced. We run the same danger. Do we act as if we own that which truly belongs to God? Do we sometimes not want to listen to the messages that God has for us? Do we sometimes want to keep for ourselves, to hoard up the fruits that we're supposed to be sharing back with God as his people? As I said, our place among God's people is his gift to us. We belong to God's kingdom because he says so, because he's given it to us. It's a mistake for us to start acting as if we're in charge, as if we can do whatever we want to with what God has given us. And if we do, we place ourselves in the same danger as those Jewish leaders that Jesus was speaking to that day. He was speaking that day against those Jewish leaders, but this parable is recorded for us to learn from as well. So it would be good for us to listen. We'll continue our reading tomorrow. As the conversation continues, we'll see what else we have to learn as we are and try to be those people, those faithful tenants that God has given his vineyard to. God's peace be with you this day. Blessings on your continued reading.